Today, we're going to take a look at some very expensive earbuds. The Audeze Euclid, if I'm saying that right. Now, straight to the point, and I don't want you to leave me. I want you to stick with me and catch my vibe, and let's have a discussion here, right? But I'm going to kick it off. These earbuds, they come in at $1,300. But again, I want you to stick with me here because I want to have this conversation about these throughout this video. But you all know, old Techne's not going to sit here and read your back of the box specs and bore you that throughout the entire video. I'm going to give you my user experience, and of course, I'm always geared towards gaming. I do listen to a lot of music, and of course, I'm editing videos on the daily here. So I'm going to talk about all that, but my core point here is using them for gaming, and are they worth it for gaming? But if you do want those specs, my assistant Timmy, come on! Stop picking your nose, man, and throw the specs up on the screen. No, dude, don't throw your booger on the screen. Throw the specs of the earbuds on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. My new assistant Timmy is just I don't know how to. I'm gonna have to go back to a one-man show here. So talking about those specs that you just saw on the screen, what I want to cover in them is, well, absolutely nothing. Who stinking cares about numbers and stuff? Again, I want to talk about my user's experience and relate it with you. But number one, where we gotta start with is the build of these bad boys. I get so stinking nervous pulling them off this thing right there because they clip on so tight. So you don't gotta worry about them falling off, but I get incredibly nervous. Now, talking about the build of this little bud right here, it is solid, and you feel that incredibly quality build with it. Again, whenever you clip it right into the little hook over here, it clips in there really solid. It's not budging one bit. This is really light. The bud's not too heavy. Let's go on and get a scale over here real quick. Fire this up. Let's get the other one off here, and we're just gonna weigh the buds by themselves. We are getting 15.6 grams. So in the hand and in the ear, these things felt incredibly quality. No questions asked whatsoever. And as far as comfort, incredibly comfortable. They're not budging around. They're not jamming it in your ear. They're not too heavy or anything like that. But again, they still feel incredibly quality. That goes right along with the cable right here. The little hook, we've talked about IEMs or earbuds and stuff before. These hooks can get annoying. It's a really nice balance from the weight of that to the flexibility of this where it doesn't really bother you at all. Incredibly stinking cozy. Now, they also give you the balanced cable right here, which I'm going to talk a lot more into sound. You got your basic 3.5 and then your balanced cable, which is my primary test for this. I did test it on consoles, into the controller on the Series X or the PS5 or stuff like that. But my primary use is on PC, plugged into iFi Zen stack. By the way, you also get this incredibly rugged, awesome case for them as well. All right, so they're comfortable, they're solid, they're incredibly premium, and they darn well better be at $1,300, right? But let's go over and talk about that core experience of the sound using these earbuds here. Now, as you saw in the specs, these guys are packing the Audeze planar magnetic drivers. What the heck? Into these little guys? You know what I mean? So, again, talking about the previous Audezes that I've raved up and down about, right? Many of their headphones and their gaming headsets, right? I absolutely love them, you know? And what I talk about them and what I love about them is that exciting, fun sound you're getting from these here. They're not bass heavy, they're not high screechy. They're getting everything with that punch in the background. They're exciting, right? You're getting that immersion. You're getting that detail. You're getting it all right there with nothing excessive, right? You all know I love these, right? So that's where my core experience and my visuals coming from on these. Are you getting that in this tiny little package right here? Well, talking about the sound of the Euclid earbuds, it's very pure, it's very natural, it's very balanced, it's very true, right? So you're catching on right here, right? You might be thinking, well, that's not really what Techne shoots for in gaming audio. And you're exactly right, because it's not exciting, right? You're not getting that bass hit in the background when something real juicy happens right there. You know, you're not getting that extra high when like a plane or a chopper or something like that comes through. You're not getting any of that peaked right there. You're getting that true solid sound. Again, sound is personal preference, hands down all day long, right? I like fun, exciting, immersive, and detail in one package, hence the other Audezes, right? Over here, you're getting that true sound. So if that's what you're looking for, is like that really natural sound. Good example, right? I'm playing a lot of new Call of Duty. I'm not getting footsteps with these, right? I'm getting like I'm in that environment, in that map is what it sounded like. No, I'm not getting excessive detail or footsteps or reloads or anything like that. Nothing competitive like that. I'm not getting extra immersion like I stated, you know? But it sounded like I'm in that market if I'm on that level or something like that, you know what I mean? And going over to, like, I'm playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland still, and the dialogue, that's where these really shined. It's like when dialogue came out, it was so stinking real. It was crisp. It was like the naturalist form I've heard, you know, it was so stinking good. What was those other Audezes I recently covered? The MM500s or something, those studio ones. They were just so stinking good. I couldn't recommend them for gaming. That's kind of the vibe I got right here, you know what I mean? You're not getting that exciting, immersive gaming experience right here. You're getting that really true sound. So saying competitive or story-driven or, you know, shooters or anything like that, I don't think I would say, hey, get these for any of those, right? I would say definitely if there's any shining point that it had in gaming was definitely a story game. You know what I mean? As far as dialogue and stuff like that. If you had a lot of dialogue, but if you had the action-packed scene, I still didn't think you were going to get anything really juicy out of these, you know? Where these really came to life is music and video. And when I talk video, I'm talking myself editing videos on my Mac or something like that, plugged straight into 3.5. And it was just the purest form of, again, audio from voice that I got. It was so stinking awesome. And then right along with music, every instrument did everything it had and performed equally right there. The drums or the bass track wasn't excessive. The guitars weren't excessive. The vocals weren't excessive. Everything did right there. It felt like, again, if you're expecting something to sound studio quality, that's what you got right here. And again, that can be a pro or a con for you. Do you want that exciting, punchy music type of sound? You don't get that right here. You get that true, natural, balanced, really core sound. That's what you got with these. Now, one other thing I want to reverse a little bit here. I want to talk about going to 3.5 and then the balanced. Again, I'm on i5 Zen stack, right? I got the amp and the DAC. Now, again, y'all know I'm no audiophile. I never try to be. I'm just a user here. And I'm going 3.5 to the balanced and trying it back and forth, doing mainly gaming this route, right? And do you notice a difference? Yes, you notice a difference. Is it a massive night and day difference? You know, I don't want to say it's night and day, but it's like morning and afternoon, if that makes sense, right? You do notice it, especially me testing so many different audio products. I noticed it. It was almost like a boost of that clarity. Didn't give you more bass, more highs or anything like that. It kind of took it and just brought out that clarity a little bit. I don't even really know how to word it, but yes, you did notice a difference. Is this something like, hey, now in your gaming audio, you need to get everything balanced? No, not at all. Not at all. It's that mild of a difference, you know what I mean? In the majority of my time, I just went straight 3.5 since I can go to every other device and just simply plug it in. So I wanted to keep this video short and sweet for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wanted you to stick with me and talk about, do you think these are worth $1,300? For gaming, I say no, not at all. For that really deep, detailed music lover or video editor or something like that, I would say yeah. I really would if you really wanted that type of experience. But holy smokes, they are expensive. And that's the other reason I wanted you to stick through this, because one of my next videos, not my absolute next one, but one of my upcoming videos is going to be a pair of IEMs that I got off Amazon for $20. And I'm going to reference back to these quite a bit. And just the difference, right, from a $1,300 to a $20 as far as sound and stuff like that is really, really drastic and a really fun point that I was testing in the background right there. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because we're going to have a good conversation about that as well. But spark it down in the comments. What do you guys think? Is it like, we all know audio is an expensive hobby, right? And where I put it, it's not like I can say this is not a bad product. right? It's not a good gaming product, I'll put it that way, but it's not a bad product. You know, I think in audio, it's always geared towards what are you looking for, and you're the only one that can justify the price, no matter what the price is, which it goes incredibly high in audio. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my conversation piece here on the Audeze Planner Magnetic Euclid. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. Earbuds right here. I can't wait to talk about this with you guys down in the comments. So again, make sure to spark it up down there, and I'll talk to you all down there as well. Catch you in the next one. Bye now.